with Ray. I am your lovely host of this segment, Ray. And the whole purpose of this segment is to basically give you a little juice, give you a little energy, give you a vibe to carry throughout your day. A lot of times we wake up and, 9 times out of 10, the first thing people do is check their phone. And that is a total Russian roulette. So if you are waking up and just checking your phone, anything could happen. It could be some bad news, it could be some great news, something crazy could have happened in the world. So this is an opportunity to take the reins and take control over your day and enter your day with a positive mindset and with a specified focus for the rest of the day. So today I'm really excited about what we're talking about. We're talking about the power of momentum. Like if you're feeling a little stagnant in your life or you feel like you've been trying to get to the next level, but something is blocking that path, let's break down the psychology and the behavior as to why that's happening. So let's dive on into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is momentum. It is the reason why you're in any situation, the reason why people succeed, the reason why people are failing is because they have built a certain level of momentum. What do I mean by that? Okay, so momentum can be broken down there. You're on a cycle. Everyone is on a cycle of momentum. It just depends on what direction you're going in. There are 4 components. The first component is potential. And here, I'll put this. Ooh, there we go. I'll put this in the first one, there we go. The first one is potential. And so everyone has the same potential. When you come out of the womb, you have the same potentiality as any other person who is first exiting the womb. It doesn't matter who your family is, it doesn't matter what your social status is or what country you're born in. Every human being has the same potential, right? So we all start out on the same level. And then your potential is what drives your actions, right? And so if you believe that you have a certain level of potential, you'll take a little bit more action. And your actions is what drives your results, right? So if you take a certain level of action, you will get a certain level of result. If you don't take action, you will get no results, which is still a result. Like inaction is still an action. It's still a choice. It's still a decision. And you'll get results. And what kind of results you get determines your level of belief or certainty that you will be able to achieve whatever it is you're seeking out. And I'm like, wait, what? Okay, so let's start over, right? Let's start from the beginning. You first start out with the same amount of potential as anyone else. Your potential is what drives your actions, and the actions you take are what drives your results, right? And then the results that you get either increases or decreases your level of belief or your level of certainty in whatever the action is. So think of it like a cycle, a wheel, right? And each part of that wheel, each point of that wheel, you have one of these 4 things. Now, let's say for example, let's take an example. Let's say you are a new business owner and you are looking to grow and develop your business, right? You have the same potential as Steve Jobs or as Warren Buffett or as who's the Amazon guy? I don't be paying attention to Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. You have the same potentiality as all of these people starting out, right? Now, and so let's keep with the little tabs, right? You have the same amount of potential as them. You'll start to take action based on your level of potential. You take the action, and let's say, for example, it is inspired action, but it's not guided action, and you don't get the results that you're looking for, right? Let's say that it's not structured. Let's say that you don't have a mentor or you haven't sought someone who is an expert and got their advice. You're just trying stuff, you piecing stuff together that you're finding on YouTube, and you're trying to make it happen, right? And let's say the actions that you took did not get you great results. So what happens is when you get those results, your level of belief and your level of certainty decreases. And so your level of certainty that you can do it is like, I don't know, right? And then so that decreases your belief of the potential you have, which changes the type of action you're going to take, which breeds you even less results. And then that then decreases your level of certainty and belief even there. So what ends up happening is you continue this cycle, and you end up doubting yourself. You end up making excuses like, oh, well, that's not really what I wanted anyway. It just wasn't working, and you make excuses and you end up going to do something else or trying something else. The same thing happens in a situation of romance. Let's say you started out with great potential with your partner. Y'all started out great. Y'all got all the love and all the butterflies. You feeling all the juice, you excited, and then let's say your partner takes an action that you don't necessarily like, right? You didn't like the result that gave you. And what happens is you decrease your level of belief or certainty in your partner, or belief or certainty in the relationship. And it's this cycle. But what's awesome is it can go in a negative way, but it could also go in a positive way too. You have that potential. Let's say you take the actions, y'all go out on the dates, y'all go on vacations, and you're just loving your life and you enjoy the results that you're getting from this relationship. It is making your business flow better. It is making your personal life more exciting. It is making your peace of mind just, it's amazing, right? You enjoy the results. So then your belief and certainty increase about the relationship. Your belief in the relationship increases. Your certainty that this is the one increases, right? The same thing happens in your business. The same thing happens with your habits. The same thing happens with your finances, right? It's all energy. So you have to figure out how to get that momentum of potential, action, result, and then increase your certainty continuously. So what happens if you get a result that you don't necessarily like, and you are ready to decrease your level of certainty or decrease your level of belief? How can you switch that? How can you get a result you don't like and get a different level of belief or certainty? Will you reverse the cycle? If it's going in a direction that you don't like, you reverse the cycle. If you're getting a result you don't like, then you need to take different action. And that different action will increase your potentiality for getting a higher level of belief and certainty. Do you get what I'm saying? So it can go in either direction. Most of us are going in the direction that our results drive the belief. But why don't we allow the belief to drive the potential that drives the action? Do you get what I'm saying? Allow your belief to drive you, right? So, okay, well, how do you do that? That is a great question. And it all depends on your state, your physiology. What is your body doing? I'm an integrator, a spiritual integrator. I help you integrate the aspects of mind, body, and spirit in order for you to reach your next level of self-mastery. So if you are getting these results, if you're working on your confidence, if you're working on your level of belief, what you can do is change your physiology. Because what happens is, in our mind, you have two things going on. Either you have positive and empowering thought processes. I can do this. I'm able to do this. I am the one who will make it happen. Or I can't do this. I won't do this. I'm afraid, right? And these are the basis of the two spectrums. Now, either your brain is doing one thing or your brain is doing the other thing. What triggers those thought processes is your physiology. So, just for a second, I want you to slouch, put your head down, poke your belly out, take the smile off your face, let your eyes glaze over. What does that feel like? Super disempowering, lazy, right? It feels, ugh. But I want you to sit up straight, stand up tall, whatever. Throw your shoulders back, put your chin up, put a smile on your face, look forward or even slightly up. That immediately changes your emotional state. So changing what's going on with your body will change how you're feeling. So everyone has moments of depression in their life. It's part of the human experience. And I know like the doctors will tell you, oh, well, it's a mental disease. No, it's a choice. Honestly, depression is a choice because what happens is you build momentum. You build momentum towards those disempowering thoughts, towards those disempowering habits. And what happens is emotion is only energy in motion, right? So you put your energy in motion towards feeling disempowered, towards that fear, towards that feeling of, unworthiness. You're putting the energy in motion. But what's amazing about it is you can change your state just like that. Well, how do you do that, Ray? That is a great question. Oh, and by the way, before we get into that, there are only two states. There is a high level state, which is a high vibrational, high energy peak state. And then there is a low level state, which is a low vibrational, a disempowering state, right? So you can change your state by ask yourself these three questions. Okay. First question, what's stopping you from moving forward? Often it's what you're focused on. It's the language that you're using, and it's what's your body doing, right? We talked about your body, but there's three parts. I call it the trifecta. There's three parts, makes a little triangle. There's three parts to that. Your focus. What are your thoughts? What's going on in your subconscious mind? Because if you're focused on the fear, if you're focused on the lack, if you're focused on being worried, if you're focused on, well, what if, right? Let me go ahead and put this in here, right? If you're focused on those things, what's going to happen is you're going to build momentum towards those things. So focus is super important. The second thing is your language. But also with language is the meaning. What meaning are you attaching to these things? Nothing has meaning except for the meaning you attach to it, right? And I'm like typing and texting or texting and talking. Okay. Boom. There we go. So this is the triad: focus, language, physiology. Your language is important, but the meaning you attach to certain things, and that's what determines, and it signals. You have a part of your brain called the RAS, the reticular activating system. It is a physical part of the brain. It determines what you notice. So when you say, oh my God, she's so stupid. First of all, when you point a finger at somebody, what's your three fingers doing? They're pointing right back at you. Your unconscious mind doesn't know the difference. Your unconscious mind does not know the difference when you are talking about someone else versus when you are talking about yourself. Your unconscious mind thinks that it is about you. So using your language is so important because when you complain, you become part of the problem. When you complain, you become part of the problem. So when you attach meaning to something, like, for example, let's use the she's so stupid one. You attach a meaning to her being stupid. That is a signal to your RAS that this is important. So what happens is the unconscious mind's job is to attract the things that the captain claims, the captain's desires, the captain is stating, right? So whatever you're saying, you are attracting more of that energy into your life. So you have to be careful about what you attach meaning to it. And that's why meditation is so important, because it puts you in a state of observation to where you can observe someone's actions, and you don't necessarily have to feel anything about it. Just like, oh, okay, that's them. Move on with your life, right? And your language is also a signal to the RAS, the reticular activating system, that this is important. So then the unconscious mind does its work and goes to grab and bring back those types of energetic frequencies to you. So if you were talking about somebody being stupid, guess what? You just asked, that's your purchase order to the universe, to your unconscious mind, to bring you more situations that are stupid, bring you more stupid people, to reflect more stupidity within self, right? So your language is super important. And then number 3 is your physiology. What is your body doing? We kind of talked about that already. What is your body doing? When you are in a low state, when you are in a disempowering state, when you feel depressed, anxious, angry, rage, jealousy, envy, all of these things, when you feel that, what can you do to change what's going on within you, right? Which leads me to the second question. Oh, I think I skipped a question. The first question was, what's stopping you from moving forward? Fear. 9 times out of 10, it's fear. Fear of, and it boils down to 2 fears. Fear of not being good enough, or the fear of not being loved, right? So that causes you to retreat from action. It causes you to get comfortable in your comfort zone. It causes you to just kind of stay where you are because you're afraid to take that step. You're afraid to fail. You're afraid of the way people are going to look at you. You're afraid of how your family's going to judge you. You're afraid, right? And fear is only false evidence appearing real. Let's go ahead and put that in the comments, right? Fear. False, and go ahead and write this down. False evidence appearing real. Release that fear. Release that self-judgment, because it is only holding you back from the manifestation. So that was the first question. The second question was, what controls and what determines the quality of your life? And that is where the triad comes in, right? Now, the third question is like, okay, well, why is it that we do what we do? Why is it that, you are looking to step into a space of, let's go back to the business. You're looking to embrace a brand new business. You're looking to create a successful business, but you have this fear that's holding you back. You're not taking the action. You're not setting up the calls. You're not doing the marketing. You're not creating the content, whatever it is, right? Or even if it's, let's go to the love. If you're looking for love in your life and you just talking about, oh, well, dudes ain't this or women ain't that, what is it really? It's fear. So what is your focus in that situation? What's your focus in the situation of building your business? Is it, I might fail, or this might not succeed, or is it fear of success? Right? What is the fear there? Ask yourself, what is the fear there? And then the second thing, what am I focused on? What is my language around this? Am I trying to get a guy and I'm over here just talking shit about guys? Be real with yourself right now, right? What is your physiology? What does your body do when you talk about money in your business? Right? Bring awareness to these things. Even your body, when you talk about your health. I'm just so fat. My fat ass, right? And it could be a joke, but your unconscious mind don't know that. Your unconscious mind is picking up on all of this information. So why do we do what we do? It's because in every action, we are fulfilling one of our 6 human needs. And the 6 human needs are these: certainty. Everyone needs certainty. You know, if you don't have certainty, you're just running around with a lot of doubt, you know, and everyone wants stability. You can also think of certainty as like comfort. Everyone wants stability and they want their basic needs met: food, shelter, resources, and materials, right? When people cannot control their physical circumstances, they may seek certainty through a state of mind, such as religious, faith, or positive outlooks, right? So everyone is always seeking certainty at all times. But as we have certainty and as we need certainty, what happens when you get too certain? When things are just, you know exactly what's going to happen every single time. It always plays out this way, right? That's boring. You get bored. You are like, "Oh, this again." Right? So we also need, which brings us to the second need, variety, or also known as uncertainty. You know, variety is the spice of life. Variety, and it's the best way that people use to change their state, exercise their body and emotions. They seek variety for a number of reasons: to stimulate, right? To change of scene, physical activity, mood swings, entertainment, food, etc., right? So if things are too certain, they get boring. So you need a little uncertainty too to spice it up. You need a little variety, spontaneity, surprise. Number 3 human need is your sense of significance. You need to feel special. Everyone needs to feel special. Everyone needs to feel like they are different than someone else, your sense of uniqueness. But what happens when you become too unique? You know, you don't necessarily like, nobody's really, okay, so that leads us into the next one, right? The 4th one is loving connection. A lot of people substitute connection for love, but you need to feel connected to something. Like, even people who are in gangs, the reason they do it is to feel that connection to something, right? The reason why they kill people is to feel that level of significance. Every action you take falls under you meeting one of these needs. And so, like I was saying, like for people who are too significant, they ostracize themselves from others and then they lack love and connection because I'm just so unique that no one can, you know, and it creates a sense of ostracization. Is that a word? It is now. Yeah. So those are like the first 4 human needs, right? Certainty, uncertainty or variety, significance, and finally, love and connection. So those needs are needs that we need to be met every single day. And all of your actions are driven to meet those needs. But there are 2 needs that are missing of those 6 that you need to feel fulfilled. These are necessary to have a fulfilled life. And most of us are running on these primal needs, these 4 primal needs, right? And you're upset, you're depressed, you are stressed out because you are not in a space where you're able to really embrace these spiritual needs. The last 2, growth and contribution. If you're not growing, you're dying. Everyone has to grow. It's important to the process of life, right? And so if you're not growing, you're not going to feel fulfilled. You're just going through the motions. Yeah, you get a little variety. It fills your needs, but at the same time, you're not fulfilled. And if you're not contributing to something greater than yourself, yet again, you're not fulfilled. Everything in nature has a purpose that is bigger than itself. And the things that are not contributing to the greater good, they get eradicated, they get eliminated, right? So don't let that be you. If you are in a space where you're feeling depressed, where you can't deal with the changes that are going on in your life, where you can't face the facts, or you can't face the challenges, and you're just tired and you're just going through the motions and you're just sick of the rat race, it's because you're not fulfilled. It's because you're not growing. And it's because you're not contributing to something greater than yourself. And so everyone has these 6 needs, but they're in a different order. Each person has a different order of what those needs are. So ask yourself, what are the top 3 needs in my life? What are the top 3 things that need to be met in order for me to feel comfortable, to feel safe, to feel fulfilled, to feel good? And then examine your actions and ask yourself, okay, well, what need am I fulfilling by doing this? If I don't do the marketing, or if I don't reach out for sales calls in my business, am I just staying in my comfort zone? Am I fulfilling that level of certainty? Right? Because inaction is a cost. There is a cost for inaction. And I want you to realize that. So, what are these 6 human needs are you meeting in your actions or in your habits that don't align with your end goal? Okay? So, I just gave you a lot. I know. Let's focus on this first. The first thing, how to change your state. If you are in a space where you are not able to move forward in life, if you feel like things are stagnant in your life and you are looking to gain a little bit more traction, you are looking to move a little forward, first ask yourself this one question: is this a resourceful state? Am I in a resourceful state? And if the answer is no, change it. You can change it just like that. How do you change your state? Get to moving. It's just energy, right? And we are here to learn how to manipulate energy. We are in this physical body. We are spiritual beings. We live for eternity. But we come here to Earth, to Mother Gaia, to have this corporeal experience, to learn how to manipulate energy, how to find your divinity in the midst of all of this duality, right? So how do you change your state? Move your body. Go outside. Ground yourself, move, get into motion, exercise, work out, breathe fully. You can change your state like that. Literally, just jump up and down with your hands going like this 15 times. Watch it change your state. Change your physiology, change your language, say some affirmations. And that's how you change your state. So that's what I want you guys to focus on. Tomorrow's Friday, so it's the last rising ritual of the week before we go into the weekend. That's how you change your state. I want you to definitely do that. And then also on Saturday, join us for the Integrator Summit. I'm going to be going deeper into this with a lot more examples, with a lot more, because that was kind of a lot of information really quickly, but I'm going to go with visuals and really just show you how to dive deep into self and step into a space of manifesting that happiness within. Step into a space of really like feeling fulfilled, stepping into your purpose. You know, life is too short out here for you to be suffering or miserable. Step into your purpose. All right. I love y'all. Join us on Saturday. Go to theintegratorsummit.com. It's a free conference. It's a free summit. But we have some amazing speakers that are going to be presenting. These are literally leaders in the consciousness community. And we are integrating the conscious community. There's been a separation between age and culture. And so now we're bringing that together. This is going to be huge, and you don't want to miss it, because it's time to step into your purpose. Like, it's time to stop with the stagnation. I know it's like a double negative, but for real, like, the energy is shifting. You have no reason to stay in that old energy. It's not serving you. Step into this space of manifestation. Step into this space of your potential, right? All right. I love y'all. Y'all have a beautiful, magical, and manifesting rest of your day. And I'll see you on Saturday. All right.